What is up, everybody? Solomon here. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Monday. I don't want to make this video too long. I just want to give a gigantic shout out and congratulations to Hugo and Rashid from AllianceBlock and from Flare. We've seen today that they do have their partnership in place. Now, if you want to read through this entire article here, I certainly recommend doing so. I've been talking about AllianceBlock for quite some time now, and you all know my opinion on Flare and how big Flare is going to be in this space. So again, gigantic congratulations. I will read through the integration notes from Flare Networks as well. So number one, this is obviously going to be a phased integration with products rolling out from AllianceBlock within Flare's ecosystem that have reciprocal benefits, but over a span of time. The first integration is going to be Alliance Bridge from AllianceBlock, which is going to be integrated into Songbird. This phase of the partnership will establish cross-chain interoperability for both projects and networks, as well as lay the foundation for the implementation of other solutions. The second integration is going to be the deployment of the Alliance DEX, the decentralized exchange on Songbird Network. So imagine all of the assets that are going to be built and tested on Songbird being able to interoperate with other assets that AllianceBlock is already integrated with through a decentralized exchange mechanism. Imagine AllianceBlock essentially launching Uniswap, but within their ecosystem of utility. With upcoming decentralized exchange integrated with Songbird, AllianceBlock and Flare will support cross-chain swaps and enable liquidity optimization across both networks. Number three, so the third product, is the introduction of funders. Now, this is AllianceBlock's funders minimum viable product on Songbird Network. Now, this to me is probably the biggest integration that we're going to see because this isn't just AllianceBlock integrating funders into Flare and Songbird. This is literally projects that are going to be launching on Flare that start via testing in Songbird, launching and fundraising directly through AllianceBlock's funders protocol. So, introduction of funders minimum viable product on Songbird. The partnership will also see Flare benefit from decentralized peer-to-peer funding protocol, AllianceBlock's funders, which enables smarter investment, lending, and borrowing in the DeFi space. Now, this isn't just DeFi, though, so you guys know, ladies and gentlemen. Funders, if you look into AllianceBlock's partnership with Grapes, Graypes, they're one of the largest startup companies from the centralized finance standpoint. Now, funders is literally going to be tying in the centralized aspect and the decentralized aspect. So the implications are gigantic. Imagine like a rating mechanism and institutional investment into projects that are going to be launching on Songbird, launching on Flare, all operating and running through AllianceBlock's funders platform. It's enormous. This to me is probably the biggest value mechanism for the development of utility and the testing of utility on Songbird for Flare Networks. So it's gigantic. Number four, integration of AllianceBlock's compliance and regulatory framework invites new liquidity to Flare Network. Some of the services that will be offered include liquidity mining as a service, LMAS, and decentralized exchange services powered by AllianceBlock that run on the Flare Network. That's number five. All systems, this is huge, all systems and applications that build on top of Flare will be able to enjoy integrations with AllianceBlock services. All systems, all applications that build on Flare will be able to enjoy integration with AllianceBlock's services. And we have a quote from Hugo here. Together with AllianceBlock, we're building a more global and participatory economy, connecting the traditional and decentralized worlds. And this is just absolutely gigantic. I certainly recommend that you guys read through this entire thing here. Rashid basically saying here at AllianceBlock, we're set on consistently building relationships with the most prominent blockchains in the industry and offering them solutions that can benefit not only their ecosystems, but the entire industry. This partnership is special for a variety of reasons, but I'm most excited for the deployment of our long-awaited DEX on Songbird, a scalable, low-carbon blockchain focused on growing the DeFi industry in a sustainable, future-focused way. Congratulations, Rashid. Congratulations to the entire AllianceBlock team, all the AllianceBlock founders. Congratulations to Hugo and everybody working at Flare Networks as well. gigantic, and kudos to you guys. I am looking forward to see the value propositions that really take this space to the next level in the very near future. So thank you guys, and congrats. All right, moving forward here. I've seen a lot of talk about where price expectations are going to go within this bull market, and if we do go parabolic, where they may go. We're seeing lots of talk. I know the blockchain backer is mathematically convinced it's that 70 to 80K range. I certainly appreciate everything that dude's been doing for this space, and I'm taking that into account as well. But I am pretty much looking at very, very simple things from my stance. I drew this trend line out, and this is a credit to Crypto Crew University that this dude posted this first back in December or January, and shared it with my patrons as well. Along with these Bitcoin logarithmic growth curves, there's multiple different facets that you can use to try to nail down certain things here. But this trend line essentially goes all the way back to 2009. We can see here in 2011, 2012, we held it as support. Then we went parabolic again within our log growth curves. Held it as support during the bear market in 2015, all the way through May 2017. Went parabolic. We broke this trend line with price action to the downside in November of 2018, and we are holding it as resistance right now. Perhaps we do break above it, but I don't know. I'm looking at this as potentially not breaking above it, at least for me personally. We held it as resistance in June of 2019, in July of 2019. We touched base on the bottom again of our log growth curves, and this trend line called out that intermediate top in April-May timeframe. So March, April, and then May, we finally had that rejection. Well, if you were to align the logarithmic growth curves along with this trend line right here, you basically get to this December 1st time frame. Maybe extrapolate that out a couple more months at the very most, but December 1st would put Bitcoin at the very, very top, around 140K. January 1st, 2022 would put Bitcoin right around 145K, 150K. And you can, you kind of raise up above that, but I'm looking at these ranges basically for me, for price action. And if the 70 to 80K thing comes to fruition, I mean, kudos. I'm certainly watching that as well. We're all going to have different opinions on where this market goes. We all need to choose, multiple different avenues for us to be able to stay on top of this market. Okay, real quick, I did want to talk this as well. And this almost to me is validation of utility being built upon the XRPL. I talked to Xpunks, and I'm not advocating buying or not buying this. I'm just saying that this was my experience with that team. I talked to them probably a month ago. Prices were around, or maybe 3 weeks ago, prices were around $900 for an Xpunk or something like that. They didn't gift me a free Xpunk that is among the collection. They did artistically draw me one out, which is what you see as my profile picture on Twitter right now if you follow me. And they were very transparent. I will say it's not surprising to me that the price action is doing well. I don't know if it continues to do well or if it doesn't continue to do well. But I know from what I've had discussions with the team, I think in the very, 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 very near future, you see some real shocking things from a utility perspective about what this team is doing. And when I say very near future, I mean very near future. They're super transparent. It's good to see more projects building upon the XRPL. And you almost get that validation standpoint too, because Ripple literally just called them out in the Q3 report. I also am participating in the Studies one. And Bored Apes Club XRPL, I haven't looked at yet. Maybe I should. Maybe that's my loss. I will certainly do so. And there's that XR Doge one as well, which I didn't participate in either. But, these things were free airdrops. And I know that there is kind of that big caveat there. You don't want to expose risk to yourself. So make sure you're vetting out all of these projects that are doing these trust lines and these free airdrops on the XRPL. Last but not least, we are starting to see small amounts of rhetoric for, Yahoo Finance, these news outlets talking about the crypto market being alive and well. 10,000% returns remain a reality for want-to-be billionaires. We see something similar from the New York Times. Banks tried to kill crypto and failed. Now they're embracing it slowly. Digital payments technology is forcing the financial system to evolve. Banks feel their power waning and want to regain control. I did see a tweet from Blockchain Backer today as well, basically saying there's going to be some sort of major news catalyst announcement. I believe personally that price action is going to dictate the news, but we're very close to price action dictating the news, in my opinion, and I could be wrong. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, big shout out and congratulations to AllianceBlock and Flare. It's absolutely gigantic, and you know, I've been an avid believer in what AllianceBlock's been doing since I found the project back in December, and they've been around much longer than that. The team's been around for about 3.5 years. So I love to see it, and I look forward to the value propositions in the future. Kudos, everybody, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Later.